I just kind of realized that even though the Cutie Mark Crusaders, the three little sister characters who were just sort of thrown in out of nowhere, even though they have 3 episodes under their belt now, Spike, who was there since the very beginning, he doesn't have any, or he hasn't had any. But I don't know. He's the only guy. I don't know if he just sort of their attempt to, I guess, cover an aspect that they don't actually intend to focus in on. But he does get to share the spotlight this time, so first time in the spotlight. And let's see. But actually, though, it actually sort of becomes more about him. But I think they meant it more to be about Rarity. So anyway, though, it starts out. Rarity is in her shop, and a famous singer walks in named Sapphire Shores or Shore, whatever. But and I'm sure her persona, well, I think it's meant to be a reference to several things, some of which I'm probably not picking up on. But okay, I won't speculate too much there because I'll probably dig myself into a hole. But anyway, she wants a brand new outfit for her show. Rarity pulls out, I guess, her big shot design of the week, which looks like a clown suit with plastic jewels and glitter on it to me. But I guess it's further proof I'm not meant to judge horse fashion, because Sapphire Shores loves it. She orders a ton more, and Rarity is out of the jewels she used to make it, so she needs to go find some more. And it's a girls' show after all, because the jewels are not only in steady supply. You not only put them on everything, use them to decorate everything. She can just the pony and her baby pet dragon can just go out into the field and take as many as they want. Just dig up as many as they want. It's like the diamonds from the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They just dig them in bag loads out of the field or the mine, or well, in this case, actually they are sort of near a mine, so maybe that's what it's supposed to be. But even so, and I said a pony or dragon because Rarity takes Spike. We've established he eats gems, so in terms of dragons, they're meant to eat gems, so they're also designed to dig for them. His claws can dig them right up, and Rarity, because I guess she said her magic is meant for fashion, so she can use a spell to find jewels. So she does. They go on a little quest together. Rarity agreed to pay him with some gems, so they have a good time together. And I mean, Spike, though, when she finally does give him one, he is just so. I mean, remember, he has a crush on Rarity, so he's so in love with the fact that he got a gift from Rarity that he actually intends to just keep it and not eat it. But okay, but then the villains show up this episode, the Diamond Dogs. They're like these half dog, half, I don't know, moles or whatever. But they spot them digging, and they realize that Rarity can find them by magic. So, and they're called the Diamond Dogs. They I don't know what they use gems for. I don't think they eat them, but like Spike does. But okay, well, they like gems for whatever reason, and they want to kidnap Rarity to help them find more gems. So, okay, they attack, they surround them. Spike actually comes to her defense. He puts up a pretty good fight for a dragon, for a creature like half their size, if even. He just uses his tail as a jackhammer, which we saw he could use to dig up gems. He could do that to dig up gems. But he does it on their tail, sends one of them flying. He does some pretty good wrestling to stand up for her, but regardless, they manage to push through him eventually. There's 3 of them and 1 of him, and they grab Rarity, they pull her underground as she turns back to see if she can call to Spike to say, okay, now's the time to get away. But one moment of distraction costs her, and she's underground now. So Spike, he gets the others, runs back with them, but anyway, as they try to get into the holes, the Diamond Dogs, turns out they're like Pokemon or something, like was it Diglett, Dugtrio. I'm old school. I know the 150 and the original 150, and then less so after that. But they can swim through the dirt. They can fill the holes back up instantaneously. They can just cause showers of mud to shoot right up them. And actually, the ponies, the first time they try to get down, mud sprays into their face, and they get the shot of them, the mud mass staring blankly at the camera, which I guess was supposed to be cute. I don't know, whatever. But okay, so they try to get through. They try to dig their way back down, but the dogs, they use dig attack. They start popping out of the holes and tripping them up, and just running circles around them. So yeah, they leave them just falling over themselves. Okay, so Spike finally gets the idea because he remembers they like gems. He uses the gem that Rarity gave him on a fishing line over a hole as bait, which actually kind of sounds like something out of Looney Tunes, but no, it works. The dogs, they grab the gem, pull it down, and then all the ponies grab on. They pull Spike and the gang down with them, but then they disappear. There's lots of pathways. I don't even think they know the ponies are down there. So Twilight, though, she uses the same spell as Rarity, because I guess off-screen Rarity taught the spell to her. That's actually what they say. And so yeah, they identify where there are gems, and they go in that direction. And then meanwhile, though, they're all wondering worried about how horrified Rarity must be because she's so prissy and she can't take dirt, and she's probably scared of the Diamond Dogs. So yeah, we get at least one too many fantasy portions where they're just imagining how Rarity, in a played-up version of herself, must be scared and suffering and helpless and etc. In fact, none of them were probably necessary. That's kind of overplayed. But okay, Rarity herself shows back up in the third act, and she actually figures out a way to take on these Diamond Dogs. She does a really bad job helping them find jewels. I mean, she does use her spell okay, but then they want her to be their workhorse. Essentially, they want to make sure they're in control. They're putting her to work. So she digs as slow as she can and saying, "I'm not going to chip a hoof because you don't like how I dig." And then she she complains, and then when they say stop whining, so I am not whining, I am complaining. This is whining. Yeah, just lots of stuff like that, just completely changing the point every time, changing the subject, annoying them, slowing them down, making it worse, finding a new thing to complain about right when they say, "Oh no, we're not listening anymore to this. We're gonna knuckle down. We're gonna put you to work." And then she changes the subject again. Go to work, you mule. You think I'm a mule? Mules are ugly. So just again and again with this, and even though we've seen that before, but the delivery was pretty well done here. So give them points for that. It was funny. But okay. So meanwhile, the others. They finally run into the Diamond Dogs. I guess there's 3 main Diamond Dogs, and then like a bunch of henchmen. And so yeah, the henchmen, they jump on their backs. They kind of try to tie them up. So they do that thing we saw him do before with Spike. Well, whatever that was. Anyway, where they buck them off. Where Applejack has her real zinger there. Get along, little doggies. And I don't know if anybody even knows what doggies are anymore. So that probably didn't even come across as a pun. But okay. Anyway. Bucks them all off. They run back. They rescue Rarity, and they get there just in time to see her walking out with all the gems, while the dogs are like, "Yes, please take her away. We can't stand it anymore." So they're all, of course, so surprised that Prissy Lady Rarity, could survive on her own in the face of terror. So, like I said, overplayed how they were setting that up, but to see her actually take them on was pretty funny. But anyway, they get back to the surface. They're all, laughing it up. I guess, in hindsight, Spike is eating some gems because they have several cartloads now. But Rarity grabs the half-eaten gem out of his hands, like, "I'm sorry, I can only spare some," or whatever she said. Yeah, "I won't have enough if you keep eating them." But yeah, the half-eaten gem. A little bit of a cheapskate there. But, okay. So yeah, you'd think this episode would be really fun. An underground adventure. I said it had some pretty good comedy. Just the ponies versus these Diamond Dog monsters, and yeah, with all of that in mind, it's not as much fun as you would think, actually. Like I said, they wasted way too much time on these fantasy portions, and all of them were kind of obvious. There was the amusing bit where Spike imagines himself as this version of himself like 5 times as big as he actually is, with a lance, fending off all these dogs and rescuing Lady Rarity. And actually there's this gag right at the end where he jumps on Twilight's back after she's been tied up with a makeshift muzzle, and she's bucked off the dog. She's like, "Hi-ho, Twilight, away!" And she looks at it, "What are you doing? Please, Twilight, just give me this." So she relents, they rush in, but yeah, no need to, Rarity's already gotten out, so, okay, but, yeah, even so, the head-to-head aspects, the ponies versus the dogs, it's played more like a step-by-step puzzle, like it's kind of how the show has played some of its conflicts, like, nothing really works except the one specific solution. Everything else just totally falls flat. In this case, the Diamond Dogs are able to just run circles around them unless they try Spike's solution. So yeah, less a head-to-head challenge, more of a puzzle. Not as like exciting as it could have been. Not as much of an adventure as it could have been. So there's that. It's supposed to be about Rarity, but yeah, the setup to that. She's supposed to have the first half of her arc off screen, like how they think she's to Percy or whatever. It turns out she's not. The first half was worthless. Her with the Diamond Dogs is pretty funny, but that's only the last act. So, okay, one act against two more. So what do the two more have to offer? And actually, there is something that still makes it overall fun. It's like I said, Spike's portion. He's never had his own episode, and well, he manages to make something out of this one. It's kind of fun to see him stand up for Rarity in the beginning portion. You got to fight with his tail as a jackhammer and all that stuff. He's standing up the dogs 3 times his size, so that's kind of fun. And then how he is all worried about Rarity. He's all psyched to rescue her. Hero. He's totally little kid fantasizing about being a hero, and it's fun. It's enjoyable. So, okay, and like I said, it could have been so much better with the Underground Adventure, which they don't do too much with. I guess the some of the ways they figure it out were clever, but yeah. So, okay, the last act, like I said, was a lot of fun with Rarity. The adventure, the first 2 acts, they wasted their time, but it was still kind of fun following Spike and kind of fun with what adventure they do pull from it. So overall, it's decent work. Could have been great, but that's still decent. So could have been up there with the 2 episodes. With the episodes before I said were really good, but just one of the decent ones. So all right, let's see. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. I think. Pinkie Pie. It's nice to see her back again because she does bring her share of laughs. So that's the other thing. That's another reason this episode, where it didn't take advantage of its full potential, but still really fun. It finds ways. So including her, especially her, I should say, because I don't know. They just have a character who was born to be funny there, so that's really good. Anyway, so decent episode. Nothing more to say. The next one is Green. Green isn't your color, I'm pretty sure. So I'll check on that bit. Anyway, yeah, we'll see if that one steps it up or stays about the same. Anyway, till then.